The year 2020 put a spotlight on the ability of leaders to respond to a crisis like no other. In the world of business, the pandemic pushed industry leaders to set a new agenda to keep jobs, manage losses, and build resilience. Here's a peek into the COVID-era boardroom in the best of our C-suite vision.
We're currently facing a very challenging time in our lives. What has changed in the way you do business in San Miguel Corporation?
Still, we make sure in San Miguel that we won't get our employees infected with COVID. So what do? We tested everyone before allowing them to come to the office. So everybody's working. Our company is functioning very well now. In fact, we are in full speed in all our expansion, from food and beverages, power generation, oil refinery, petrochemical, and our infrastructure business are in full blast. And also, the most important of these things is we want to keep the jobs, okay? And we want to create more jobs opportunity for our country and our people.
This huge contraction in the economy during the second quarter, negative 16.5%, the insurance sector has been quite resilient.
Yes, that's a very interesting insight. In fact, we ourselves were quite surprised because as the crisis deepened and as vulnerability increased, I think Filipinos were very aware, and they have been calling us where before there were objections to say, when they hear life insurance, they say no time, no money, no hurry, right? But now they say like they want to update and they to make sure that their policies are enforced. They're very careful not to lapse their insurance policies. And I guess it's because of the harsh reality that infection can lead to death.
And what have you learned personally from this public health crisis? And what are you telling your team on how to overcome this adversity?
Well, really, at this point, Rico, we've just, what we've all been very focused on, and this was the case from the very beginning. I did say that it was maximum flexibility, really openness for us to challenge the norms in terms of what we've been used to for the past 30 years of our existence as far as SSI is concerned.
Are we now seeing more homeowners upgrading their homes?
Yes, actually, it's actually blessing in disguise. Now with all these lockdowns, now people started working from home. When you stay at home, you see a lot of things that you need to make changes, do improvements. Now, in fact, when we start reopening again, the business had really picked up very, very well. No?
Let's talk about yourself. You're a self-made man, from a maintenance boy in Pampanga to starting your first business selling Betamax VHS tapes. What have you learned from that experience which you're now adapting into Converge as your business expands?
When I started this, this is my passion and focus. So when I'm still young, I'm really, my hobby is all this new technology. I went to computer, I went to networking. I'm the first, one of the dial-up ISP during early days. I built the pay TV out. I'm the biggest pay TV now outside Metro Manila. So all this is times of technology change you need to follow. So when I reached this 2012, I got the congratulations franchise. I saw this technology. We will build long-term to solve this problem. So immediately we will roll out the entire in Luzon wide of fiber optic since 2012, which is now we have delivered the better quality to the consumers.
Kevin, you are still a very young CEO and you've taken over most of the responsibilities from your dad, Andrew, who I know personally and have interviewed quite a number of times in the past. What advice has he shared with you as your businesses face a rough patch during these challenging times?
He has told all of us that we should really just all be looking beyond our businesses, and we should really, this is really a time for us to unite and like to see how to, how we can be a better service and support to the communities in which we exist in.
What is the formula for success for a marriage and a business relationship to really work, Z?
Well, this is actually a question that can maybe take one whole day. You know what I mean? But you're gonna kind of distill it down. I would say that the couple must have a common platform of values that they kind of share. In business, we're talking about a value of integrity, real hard work, a lot of passion for the vision. You must be in sync with one another, a lot of honesty with one another. Humility is very important because you must be able to take one another's opinions.
On the flip side of your business vinyl, Jo Marie, you are also a songwriter and a singer, a very popular one at that. How does this relax you and distress you from the daily business grind?
Well, as you know, music relaxes, and this is just general. Music relaxes and it soothes our mind. It distracts us from ordinary day-to-day worries. But creating music, songwriting, it elevates the spirit. Because I always say that music is the language of the soul. It lifts our spirit, and songwriters express themselves through their songs, and they're gratified when the songs become popular or accepted by the audience. I've been often told our world's growing old and that friends are harder to find. Do tell me more about yourself. We could share an hour or two and do FaceTime. Maybe then we could maybe then we could Zoom together and see places that we've never seen. Get away from this gray and boring, lonesome days of our quarantine.
A lot of lessons learned from our top business leaders.